Big thanks to Mel Kirk, the COO of Zen Studios, for sharing some information that we've really, I think, all wanted to see about the Arcade1up Pinball, and that is the settings menu. Before we get into that, real quick shout out to Tilted Nation, maker of this really cool RGB headset stand I have sitting next to me, the TN Shadow. So if you're interested in this, we are going to be doing a giveaway. They're going to give away one unit. If you're interested in buying it, use the code UNQUALIFIED, and I'll put a link below. This is just a caddy to hold your headphones. As I've mentioned before, it's something that I probably would have really laughed at a year or two ago, but since getting into YouTube, I use these big headphones all the time, and it's actually really nice to have a dedicated place to put them. It's not very expensive. It's a USB hub, so you can plug more stuff into your computer conveniently, and it looks pretty cool on your desk. So here is the news. There are two features that I know are really important to a lot of you. They are confirmed, and we actually get to see how they work on the Arcade1up Pinball. I think this is the first time we've ever seen the menu interface for this pinball table. Might sound really, really basic. Here's why I think it's important. We've heard both of these features would be available, but we've heard a lot of things about the pinball machines. Some ended up being true, some not. This has been a moving target. These products are sort of been developed in real time. Even now that we're seeing a real cabinet owned by the COO of Zen Studios, this itself is not a final cabinet. We're told the software is final, but the hardware is not. But let's look at the two confirmed features. Ball trails, they are turned on. Pop-up scores, they are turned on. They could be turned off. I tend to think they should be turned off by default, but that's fine. We have the option of turning them off. Now, it's my understanding, we've been told that we're also going to get simulation physics to be able to toggle on and off for the Bally-Williams table. This is the Marvel table, so this does not have that option. But when you're playing Attack from Mars, if it's important for you to have realistic pinball physics, not the arcadey physics, but the realistic ones, then I can already tell you which Arcade1up pinball you're going to want, and that is the Bally-Williams Attack from Mars table. We don't see that option here. We've also been told that the extra animations, I think, will be able to turn on or off. I've had a couple commenters tell me that. I have not seen that direct from the source, so I can't confirm it. But, I take folks at their word. I think we are going to be able to turn off the extra animations for, again, the Bally-Williams Attack from Mars table. That is not going to apply to Marvel. It is not going to apply to Star Wars, so you don't see it here. I would like to see that, the actual interface. I think these guys should be sending out screenshots and maybe a little more revealing with what they're offering for the software, but I am happy with what we're getting here. We know for sure ball trails and pop-up scores can be toggled on and off. Now, here's the deal. Pop-up scores kind of gamify pinball even more. You get the feedback of, oh, I hit this score threshold. Fine. I don't really like it. I think it ruins the immersion of playing on a physical pinball table. If you're playing this on Nintendo Switch or an Xbox or PC, there is no immersion. You're just playing this on console. It's one thing. But if you're playing this on dedicated hardware, immersion is going to be the name of the game. And I think for all the specs that are out there, the winner of the virtual pinball game are going to be the people that can give you the best immersion for the best value. Now, if you want maximum immersion, you're spending many thousands of dollars to build your own machine, and even that won't be perfect. So understand that this is all qualified in a world of, look, this is not going to be the same as real pinball, but I think you guys all understand that, and that's kind of what we're in for. But whoever can get the closest between At Games, these guys, the Well Played machine, if that hits the market and does well, Toy Shock, it's going to come down to immersion. I think Arcade1up is the leader for now. We won't know for sure until reviews are out. And here's why I think that. You're getting the recessed monitor to make it feel like you're actually looking down into a three-dimensional machine. I think that's a big deal. We're getting realistic physics with at least the Attack from Mars pinballs, and that's going to have real tables. But we're also getting a realistic looking cabinet that actually looks like a mini version of a real pinball cabinet. Now, here's where that could fall apart, and it could fall apart. If 24 inches, it turns out, is actually too small to play pinball and follow the ball across the playfield without things like ball trails turned on. Feels weird saying the phrase ball trails a lot, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's that streak behind the ball. If we have to have that on for this to work, which is a possibility because it's too small to see. When I play this on my computer monitor, I need to have ball trails on or else I'm going to end up losing the ball, but I'm not playing on a very large playfield. Dedicated hardware, we ought to really be able to watch the ball the same as we would with a real machine. I had one commenter tell me a month or two ago, he commented, and I forget who it was, so apologies for not shouting you out, but I did appreciate the comment. He said, look, I've been building these for a while, and I'm here to tell you 24 inches is too small to actually watch the ball and see all the detail. You need more. And I think he said 27 was the minimum. Maybe he said 32, but it was more than 24. And that might be true. I hope that that is not true, but we don't know. Unfortunately, this video just shows the menu interface. I hope Mel Kirk from Zen Studios, if you're watching this, first off, thanks for showing your product so much. We need these insights so people to make pre-order decisions. Secondly, I'd love it if you went a little further. If you had the camera angle here and you really showed the play experience. He did a good job showing the hardware, and I'll put a link to my video that covered that, but he's not really covered the software. And the hardware itself is still subject to change. His version might not be the final version. His version was built months ago, but the software, we're told, is final. These are the options we're going to get, and this is the gameplay we're going to get. So it'd be nice to see that from a camera's perspective. I certainly will show it to you on my review. But it does look good that we get these options. Solenoids on or off. Why would you want to turn them off? Well, if you're playing this at night, you don't want to disturb people. Solenoids do make a little bit of noise. So that's a clever feature. I wouldn't have even thought to request that. That's a smart feature. I like to see it. Plunger calibration, in my mind, that confirms this is truly an analog piece of hardware and you are going to be able to calibrate it. That's great. We've seen mimicking different levels of pressure with the plunger launch before. I think it was Mel who also posted that video. But the plunger operation looks awesome to me. I'm not really super concerned about it. The pop-up score I think is awful. We've got a DMD monitor. Why would you have two displays with the DMD, the one in the back box that's showing you your score? If you're going to have that, we don't need to also see our score on the playfield. For the playfield, we just want the playfield. We just want the ball. We just want the game. If we need ball trails, it's only going to be because it's too small to go without ball trails, not because we really want that trail effect. We don't. We want immersion. And again, that's why I think the Attack from Mars is going to be the real hit here. I think that's going to be the one that sells really well. I think a lot of retailers are going to be surprised. Hey, we got Marvel, we got Star Wars. Yeah, you'll get those fans buying that product. I'm sure they'll sell. But for people that really just want a good pinball, I think you're going to see them go with the Bally Williams because it's the only option with real tables, at least from Arcade1up. Again, the Legends pinball, it's going to have Gottlieb tables, Toy Shock, Gottlieb tables. Well Played Arcade, I actually don't remember what tables that comes with. I haven't followed that product very, very closely yet. But it's going to have, I don't know, maybe real tables, maybe not. But I know for sure Toy Shock and At Games will. Arcade1up will too, but only with the Attack from Mars. So that's the news from this video. It's a small update, but I thought you guys might be interested. I know we're all really eager to learn more about the pinball, myself included. Looking at a middle of December, I think it's December 15th launch date. Let me know below if you've pre-ordered, which tables you're going with. I know a lot of you are going for At Games, so if you're going for At Games, maybe you ignored this video altogether, which is fine. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy the video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. We're going to keep pushing out videos, giving you guys news about the home arcade space, retro gaming, and who knows, maybe we'll get into some wider gaming topics too, because that's stuff I like as well, including the modern stuff. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again for watching. Hey, consider hitting that join button to support the channel, and thanks so much for watching.
Dripping lights paint the sky.